And so it comes down to the final debate of the Booster Course Pass tracks. Which GCN Jungle Track will make it into Wave 6? Hello, I'm Osbers, and I'll be going over factors for both tracks making it in. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So how do we know a GCN Jungle Track is even coming in the first place? Well, the answer is we don't. From what I know, no data mine has actually shown us that either of these tracks is confirmed to be coming. But it is extremely likely since both of these tracks are fan favourites and are both in tour. DDJ has been in tour for much longer than DK Mountain. In fact, it's been in the game since its release way back in 2019. DK Mountain, by comparison, has been in tour for less than a year, making it a relatively new arrival. There are downsides and upsides to both of these. Since Dino Dino has been in it for so long, it'd be nice to see it come full circle and make its way to 8 Deluxe. We saw this with Waluigi Pinball, which came to tour at the same time, and came way back in Wave 2 into the Booster Course Pass. However, this doesn't necessarily make it more likely, since Pinball was going to come to the game either way, since it's probably the most popular track of all time. DDJ, while still having prestige, doesn't have nearly the same brand recognition as Pinball. On the other hand, DK Mountain came to tour in the Animal Tour back in autumn 2022, alongside Riverside Park, which, what do you know, came in Wave 4. It's also worth noting that tracks that have come later in tour's lifespan have usually made it into the Booster Course Pass more. We've seen this with DS Mario Circuit, GBA Riverside Park, Wii Moonview Highway, and even Wii Daisy Circuit. However, there are some exceptions, like GBA Luigi Circuit and Wii Dry Dry Ruins, so this theory isn't foolproof. People have said that DK Mountain in Tour looks like it was made with the Booster Course Pass in mind, as the track is quite wide and there are half-pipes like in Wii, but I wouldn't necessarily consider this a major factor, but it's good to keep it in mind. Next I'll be talking about the Prefix League. Essentially, 4 GCN tracks were meant to be in the Booster Course Pass originally, each in a wave starting from Wave 3. According to the Music Leak, we know that Wave 3's track was Waluigi Stadium. For a long time, most people believed that the other 3 would be Mushroom Bridge, Daisy Cruiser, and either of the Jungles, respectively. But Waluigi Stadium ended up getting pushed back to Wave 4, which meant 3 GCN tracks would have been in the last 2 waves. But in Wave 5, we only got 1, that being Daisy Cruiser. And even more interestingly, internal data showed that Cruiser was originally meant to be Wave 4's GCN track. This has been a bit of a talking point, since that would make it far less likely that Mushroom Bridge was ever planned for the Booster Course Pass. Whatever the case, we essentially know that one of the Double Dash tracks has since been replaced by Wii Daisy Circuit, since the pass now has some sort of Mario Kart Wii obsession, but I'm not complaining. That aside, people have started to speculate that the original Wave 5 Double Dash track was actually meant to be one of the Jungles, and that the Wave 6 one was meant to be GCN Bowser's Castle, but I find this really unlikely. No data mine has ever said that GCN Bowser's Castle has ever been in development for Mario Kart Tour or 8 Deluxe, nor do I think it was ever planned. No, I think the original Wave 5 track was meant to be Mushroom Bridge all along, and the Jungle was still planned for Wave 6. But Bridge was replaced, and now we only have 1 GCN track left to be revealed. One little rant I might go on here is the fact that Daisy Circuit was teased in the September Direct, instead of any other track. We know why this was, to cash in on the Wii fan base, but if a certain other track was coming, then I feel that one would have been much more likely. That of course being DK Mountain. DK Mountain is more popular than Daisy Circuit has ever been, so if you wanted to energize fans, then picking that would have been a no-brainer. Plus, 2 of the characters teased in the Direct were Cogs, so DK Mountain would have been the perfect track to align with them. And I highly doubt they leaked Daisy Circuit in particular to end debate about the Mystery Course, which was swapped out for the Nitro we aren't getting anymore. All of this actually makes Dino Dino Jungle much more likely than you'd think, since it may have just been planned all along and is just waiting for its time to shine in the Spiny Cup. However, there's of course a chance that DK Mountain is still planned, or could have even replaced Dino Dino Jungle, which is what I fear might have happened. As I mentioned earlier, the Booster Course Pass has gained a sudden obsession with Mario Kart Wii, and bringing its most popular retro track over to the game is something I can completely imagine them doing. They might have seen that fans were wanting them, and although they'd originally planned Dino Dino Jungle, they had to give in to the hardcore Wii fans and give us DK Mountain. If you want to know where I stand on this, I'd actually much prefer Dino Dino Jungle in the Booster Course Pass, even though I actually prefer DK Mountain as a track. I'd be happy with either, but Dino Dino Jungle doesn't get nearly enough attention and deserves a shot in a console Mario Kart once again. But which track do I think will come? I honestly don't know anymore. I can't formulate an overall opinion, since both have lots of evidence pointing both for and against them. This video is purely meant to give you guys some insight so that you can make your own mind up. Please tell me in the comments which track you think will come to the pass, and please subscribe while you're at it. With that said, have a great day guys, and I'll see you in the next video.